What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is a new season alert. It's not a new show alert. This is Big Brother 23. So listen, I try to pride myself with finishing seasons, even if it's a show I don't like, even if I get bored, even if it's I try to at least give you guys the whole season. So if people want to go back later on, look at my reviews, they have the whole kit and caboodle, right? I may not pick it up for a second season, but Big Brother has been my Achilles heel. I don't know if I have finished a season. And not because it's a lot, because it is a lot. They come live 3 times a week, whatever. But generally, I get so frustrated with stupid stuff that happens that I just don't want to even talk about it anymore, and I stop watching. So, I'm going to try my best this season to just stick through this, okay? With you people, because y'all, I love the show. Sometimes the gameplay, and I think last season it was so much stuff that I was finding out about what was going on inside of the house, the All-Stars. I stopped watching it because I felt like it was a lot of racial stuff going on, and I just could not, I couldn't engage, I couldn't indulge, okay? So we start off, we have 16 new folk coming in the house. And looks like the theme is like a whole beach house theme for the season. The theme for last night, well, it wasn't last night, I'm late. But the theme for the episode, for the competitions and stuff, was like a whole casino thing. So let's jump into it. Let's talk about who we have, okay? They divided everybody into 4 groups of 4. So the first 4 groups, we have Travis. He's from Hawaii. He went to college in Texas. He's a business major. He's like this, went to one of the best business schools in the country, and he does business from, 5 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon, and then he's a beach bum the rest of the day down in Hawaii. So he said, I look like a surfer guy. They're going to underestimate me and not realize how smart I really am, and I'm just going to play into it. Okay. Then we have Derek F. We're going to have to call him Derek F. because his last name is Frazier. His daddy was Smoking Joe Frazier. If you guys know anything about boxing, and you guys know who his dad was a very, big boxer back in the 80s. I think he just passed recently, I believe. And he's from Philadelphia. It was funny because he was like, my dad is the best boxer ever come. And then he had to add out of Philly because I was like, girl, don't you? Okay. But he is, he's a black guy, he's gay. I'm just telling y'all what they tell us, okay? I'm not saying this in no particular thing. He's a big guy. He said, listen, it's time for, somebody that look like me to win this game, and they're going to underestimate me because I'm a big guy, but I can hold my own and I can do this. I was like, okay, all right, I see you, Derek F. Then we have Frenchie. Now, Frenchie is a farmer. He's married with 3 kids. He said, listen, I think he's, from out of Tennessee. He said, listen, they're going to underestimate me because they're just going to think I'm a dumb farmer. But I'm not. Okay. Then we have Xavier. He's an attorney from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He was a basketball player, had aspirations to go to the NBA, and then he tore his ACL his junior year in college, had to make a left turn and figure out the backup plan. So, again, he's black. I don't know how I'm going to feel about Mr. Xavier. No. Because y'all know I'm rooting for everybody black. But I don't know about Xavier. He said he is open to a showman. He ain't looking for one. But if one tap him on his shoulder. I said, okay. Now, the way they did it, after the first 4 people, they had a kickoff competition. And, of course, y'all know Julie. She was like, oh, we've got all of these twists and turns. And so tonight, you can change the direction of the game. And in the first competition, you can get all of these things. And for the first time this year, it seems like they're going to do and I think maybe part of the theme for the season is going to be this whole casino thing, where there's like a whole gambling theme with it. Because it seems like they're going to give them, y'all know how they always do that competition. It's a power veto where they give you opportunities to take prizes and money rather than the POV. And, it's always a big deal about that. I feel like that's something they're going to do throughout the season. And I'll get to that at the end. But so for the first 4 people, they had a competition, and whoever won that competition out of that, then they would compete for the head of household. So the first competition out of the first 4 was Frenchie. Frenchie won. So then we had So then we have Azza. She's a tech. She's in tech, and she is from Tacoma Park, Maryland. So listen, I'm here for Miss Aza. You know, she is from, you know, my area. Tacoma Park is right outside of DC, literally right there. Like you can it's right there. Her family is from. Oh shoot, I didn't write it down. Oh shoot, a country in Africa. I want to say Ghana, but I don't think I'm right. I don't think I'm right when I say Ghana. And y'all are going to get me together. So y'all tell me, put it in the comments. She's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She said, listen, I'm a PK. She said that her family comes from royalty over in the country where her family is from. And so she's, you know, her dad is like one of like 47 kids or something crazy like that. And she has like 300 cousins throughout the world. You know, she seems like she says she's a PK. Her dad is a preacher. So she's the typical PK kid, you know, does the exact opposite. But she is definitely here for it. She said that she is boy crazy. So she is going to try her best not to be that person in the house. I said, okay, queen, I see you. Then we have Miss Brittany. Brittany is a teacher out of New York. She just graduated with her master's in teaching and education. And so she is, she said she's going to be a teacher in the fall. So she's not quite a teacher yet, but she's trained to do it. She's also a karate champ. She says she holds several national championships and she's got a black belt. She's also autistic. And so she said, you know, I'm gonna be the first person that looks like me, you know, well, not the first, because the other guy that won was autistic, but I don't know if he disclosed it during his season. Neither here nor there. It doesn't matter. She's saying that she's autistic and that this is, you know, again, something she's dealt with, that people can look up. People with autism can look and say, hey, I can do that too, right? Then we have, oh, did I not write her name down? Oop. I think it's no, that's not Hannah. Oh, y'all. Did I not write her name down? Anyway, she owns her own swimsuit company. I get her name, child. She owns her own swimsuit company, and that's all I wrote about her. She out of Florida, so it must not have been a whole lot there anyway. Then we have Whitney. Whitney has her own hair and makeup company. She's a single mom. She says she makes the worst decisions when it comes to men. And she is probably going to end up in some sort of showmance. Because once again, she said, I can't resist, okay? She said that she started off as a struggling single mom. She said when she was first started doing makeup, she had to take her son with her to, you know, weddings and stuff like that. That she was doing the makeup for the bride. And that this is kind of, you know, where she is now. So out of that group, the second four, Whitney won the little mini competition. So we have Whitney, we've got Frenchie, right? Then the next four, we have Kylan, who is from Venice, California. He's an accounts manager. He does volunteer work for little kids. He is mixed. He is black and Mexican. And so he said that his life is full of trying to balance out his different, you know, racial identities. Christian is from Connecticut. He lives at home with his parents. He's trying to, you know, break out of that and get on with his life, but he is definitely a homeboy. Derek is from Bel Air, Maryland. He owns his own startup. He's Asian. Of course, his parents wanted him to go into like the medical field or something like that, but he is an entrepreneur. He said that, but they do support him. Now, let me say this. Again, Bel Air, Maryland is not that far from me. Bel Air, Maryland, if I'm thinking correctly, is on the other side of Baltimore from where I am. Very affluent neighborhood. Very Bel Air, right? Very affluent neighborhood. You could probably saw it in his little package. I was like, okay, I see you, Derek. So I'm gonna put him in the homeboy category because he ain't that far from me. So he a homeboy, okay? Then we have Britt. Britt is a flight attendant from Rhode Island. And then out of that group, Christian won the mini challenge. So out of the last four, we have Sarah Beth. Sarah Beth is a forensic scientist out of Florida, but she is also a very, very talented seamstress. Very talented seamstress. And so, of course, she's going to play down what she does. She's going to tell everybody that she's a voice actor because, you know, she don't want nobody to know that she's that smart, okay? Xavier said he's going to tell everybody he a bartender and part-time model. He ain't going to tell nobody he's an attorney. Y'all funny. With this, I'm not gonna tell nobody what I really do for a living. Child ain't that deep, okay? Hannah is a medical student working on her master's in something dealing with medicine, child. She is from, is that Idaho? Illinois. Illinois. I don't know where I got Idaho from. And she is half South African, half Indian. And so again, we have the different racial identity with that. Claire is out of New York. She is an AI engineer. She talks about, how a lot of times people come in and they're looking for the man and it's really her, and people underestimate her all the time, Then we have Miss Tiffany, who is from Michigan. She owns her own travel phlebotomy business. I am here for it, Miss Tiffany. Okay, she's also a single mom. She says she is a super fan and she has been training for this. That's the other thing Frenchie said. Frenchie said that he keeps a journal after every season talking about what he would have done differently and the moves he would have made. So these people who have studied the game. Now, out of that group, the winner of the mini challenge was Claire. So, first thing they did was each one of the winners of the mini challenge they're going to be playing half the season in groups. So y'all know I think we did this before a couple of seasons ago, but they started off the season in groups. I don't know if it was guys and girls. I don't remember now. So they're starting off in groups. And y'all know that they're not going to finish in groups. Y'all know that after a certain point, after a certain number of people have been eliminated, they're going to open it up and it's going to be every man for himself. But right now they're playing in groups. And again, this whole casino theme, the groups are going to be named after cards. So the first group are the Jokers, and Frenchie is the captain. The Aces, Whitney is the captain. Christian is the captain of the Kings. Claire is the captain of the Queens. Okay. Now they had this whole slot machine thing where they would get two people on the slot machine and they would get a little voice clip of something about them, and the team captains had to pick out of those two who they wanted. I'm not gonna go through each round. I'm just gonna tell you who was on what team, child. Frenchie, on his team, he has Ozza, Brittany, and Derek Frazier. And he said Derek reminds him of his best friend, so he picked Derek. He picked Ozza off the break, called her a queen. I'm here for you, Frenchie. Now, I don't know if I'm going to like you by the end of this, Frenchie, but so far, so good, okay? I've been trying to stay away from social media and all that as it relates to, Big Brother, because I know I haven't watched any of these episodes yet, but Frenchie, your name keep coming up, so I don't know if that's good or that's bad. I ain't been paying attention, though. I've been just kind of kept scrolling, but I have definitely seen your name, Frenchie, so I don't know if that's good or bad, boo. Whitney has Brent, Derek, and Hannah. Christian has Alyssa. That's her name, Alyssa. Xavier and Sarah. And then Claire has Kylan, Tiffany, and Travis. Now, once we found out the teams, then they had a competition. It was a group competition to see who would be the first head of household. Now, the way this is going to work is the team captain that won head of household, not only was he safe because he's head of household, but his whole team is safe from elimination. So whoever team won first, head of household, the whole team is safe. Whoever came in last place of the competition, they were the have-nots for the week. So, first place was Frenchie. So that means Frenchie, Ozza, Brittany, and Derek, Frazier, safe for the week. The have-nots was Christian's group, Alyssa, Xavier, and Sarah. So they are the have-nots for the week. Everybody else, all of the other three groups are up for, somebody can be nominated from their group. Now, then Julie gave him an opportunity to gamble on the first, that you can make it go from 1 week to 2 weeks. You could be, you and your team could be safe for the first 2 weeks. Or if you don't, it was like he had to roll some dice and the dice had to stay on a certain place. And if they rolled off, then his team lost the safety for the week. But if they won, then they would have safety for 2 weeks. Of course, they went to commercial. They built up the suspense. I said suspicion. I feel like Julie asked them what they wanted to do. And the answer was, I feel like Frenchie asked his team, do you want me to take this gamble or what are you cool with? Because see, he was safe either way. He's had a household. And I feel like they must have decided as a group that they were just going to leave it the way it was. But Julie made him do it anyway. He would have gotten the 2 weeks. But it don't matter. That's what we have. That's the first week of that's the first week. I can't get it out. That's the first episode of Big Brother. So I'm gonna get us caught up. I'll be ready by Sunday's, was it the second head of household competition? So somebody's going to get evicted tonight. I don't know if I'm going to get caught up by tonight's first eviction. But I'm going to try my best. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Drop it in those comments. Peace.